So most people in India want to move to the US, that is, abroad, Canada, foreign country, in search of a better lifestyle, a better work-life balance, better career opportunities, better education, or just to earn more. But after moving here, the next thing they care about is when will they go back? So we have been there, done that, and in this video we're gonna share our 1-year experience of staying here in the US. So let's begin.
A quick background.
We came here in September 2021. We had a rough start because we couldn't get the company provided housing, which means that we had to explore apartments ourselves. After finding one, we had to stuff it with furniture and other household items. And the fun part is that we could get a few used items which are not that readily available back there in India. And it was also hard for my wife because she didn't have work authorization at that time. It took around like 5 or 6 months for her to get one. Let's hear it out from her.
Actually, it was not hard for me. I really enjoyed my time. I was preparing for my CPA, which I'm still preparing. And the rest of my time used to go on like cleaning, cooking, and other random domestic stuff. Yeah, that's it. How we spend our weekends.
We have made like good friends over here. Most of them are Googlers who transferred to the US as well. So we have like a small support system. We go out on trips together. We go out for movies, meet on birthdays. By the way, Bollywood is a big thing here. Almost all the movies are released here, and there is decent rush in the theater. So more or less, the weekends are actually pretty much similar to the weekends we had back there in Bangalore. We go out for either a long drive or we just drive to San Francisco. San Francisco has tons and tons of tourist spots. Quite a few times we go to a nearby beach and just spend some good time over there. We sometimes also go to a park or a national park nearby. The parks here are really nice. They are very big and quite beautiful. And actually, there is a separate channel where my wife makes quite a few vlogs. Do check it out. The link is in the description below. Okay, on the work side, I personally feel that the work-life balance has been pretty similar to what it was back there in India, at least for Google. And for my wife, let's hear it out from her.
So the work-life balance here in EVA US, it's pretty good. I would say it's better than India. Yeah.
Okay, next thing I wanted to talk about is
the finances.
I actually created this video around transferring to the US. If you haven't checked it out already, I'd suggest to do that. See, the bottom line is if you're a software engineer and you're moving with your spouse and your spouse is gonna work here in the US, you're gonna save a lot more what you would do back there in India. For non-software engineers, anyhow, the entire scale of the earnings changes altogether. So one thing I'll mention here is that getting a car on EMI is slightly challenging. So in my case, my bank had some kind of offer for Googlers, so it was fine. But the problem here is that you don't have a credit score over here, and kind of becomes very funny on the bank's part to give you loan on a decent interest. Which brings us to an app called Zolve. So when you move to the US, there are quite a few challenges that you will face, like going cashless, opening a bank account, transferring money to your US account. Most important one being managing your expenses without salary in the initial days. This one becomes very important if you are a student. All of this is like super challenging and overwhelming. Trust me on that. Been there, done that, not a fan. What if I tell you that even before your move, that is, while you're still in India, you can get access to all this and more. With Zolve, it's possible to open a US account in just 5 minutes with no SSN required. You can also get up to 10,000 limit credit card. In addition to that, you can transfer money from your Indian account to your Zolve account. I think it's a steal deal. It will help you build credit score from day one. It comes with a few additional perks. You can directly have your salary deposited in your Zolve account. You get up to a 2% boost rate of interest on salary deposits. This one is just too good to be true. The bank I was with gave me 0%. You also get free US SIM card with 1 month data. You also get access to 65,000 plus MoneyPass ATMs across the US. And last but not the least, you also get a 5% cashback on 5 brands that you choose, and 1% on everything else.
For people like us, the best part is the virtual debit card. The virtual card gets activated the moment you land here in the US. Right away, you can link it to Google Pay or Apple Pay and start paying everywhere at restaurants, grocery stores, or use it for online shopping. For us, it was so painful. We were using our Indian credit cards and unnecessarily paying forex charges. It actually took 5 days to get the US debit card. How we spend our weekdays?
Weekdays are mostly occupied with work, workout, and random stuff. This random stuff includes cooking, doing the dishes, and things like that. Well, for me, I try to start work at around 8:45 and go up till 5 p.m. Earlier, I was working from home, but now I work from the office for 3 days a week. For me, it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. By the way, I created this day in the life video. You guys will love it. Do check it out. Interestingly, I'm still following that routine. It's just that now I have to leave, like for Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I have to leave from home by 8:15 so that I can catch the G bus, and that's how it is right now. And we have also become frequent visitors to Costco. Costco is this wholesale supermarket over here in the US. So this shopping thing here is quite funny. Back there in India, you can actually rely on things like Big Basket Daily and live your life happily. But here in the US, even if you want to buy just a can of milk, you have to go to a supermarket to do that. You can use Amazon Fresh or any other like grocery delivery thing, but then you need to order a lot more stuff along with it. Quite a few times we go out for dinner with our friends or just the two of us. For the workout, I haven't really explored the public gyms, so I can't really comment on that. But the gym that we have in our apartment complex is super good. It's very similar to the kind of the gym our apartment complex had back there in Bangalore. It is good.
Do we miss India?
Yes, of course. Sometimes we do miss India. I personally miss the chaos. A lot of times it feels like there is just pin drop silence over here. It feels kind of weird. So we are coming from Bangalore, which is very noisy. It kind of grows on you and you become habitual. Here, especially the mornings become very boring. It's better now since it's been an year. We are in the habit of it now. But I've heard from others that this kind of suburb feeling is only here in these towns like Sunnyvale, Mountain View, and a few other towns nearby. And they say if you actually live in the downtown area where the high rises are, that area will be noisy enough. I also miss the cheap street food. We do get street-like food over here in the US, but it still costs the same as a regular meal, so one has to be a little careful over there.
The best and worst part of being in US.
So the best part for me is the affordance of the latest technology. Technology as in all the gadgets and everything is dirt cheap over here and is readily available. This is slowly becoming a case in India as well. Maybe in a few years things will be different. The other best thing over here is that there are a lot of things to explore on the weekends, especially here in the Bay Area. The worst part, I think it has become a bit hard for me to find time, which I had plenty back there in India, because now I have to spend time on things like doing the domestic chores, which I didn't have to do when I was in India. And I also have a feeling that I'm slowly drifting away from my friends because of this time zone gap. Quick note on the healthcare. One just cannot survive without a medical insurance here. The healthcare is very expensive. So one problem we see is that, let's say if you're sick today, you will get an appointment for tomorrow or a day after. And same applies for follow-up appointments as well. Whereas in India, you can just walk in. Over here, walk-ins can be more expensive. Another thing is that when you do visit a doctor, they treat you something like this. So that's what our experience has been so far. We are just hanging in there and we'll continue to explore whatever America has to offer us. So if you are moving to the US, you have any kind of query, feel free to mention it in the comments below, or feel free to shoot me an email or reach out to me using different channels. And I will see you on the next one. Well, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That's very important, you know.
Miss India. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Bye.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, bye.